are pursuing the suspect. Over.
Let's just start moving shy. I'll take you to the back. We'll eat breakfast in the sky. Tell that mother man black. Tell him bye. She gave me side eye. So big time, actually a nice guy. She said, yeah, that's a good try. But if I text you, you're going to reply. Then I'll rewind. But you stay there. This is all fine. She started laughing. All them R-ing. I said, man, this girl is starting. I said, babes, I'm a big man. I got big plans. They call me Big Shaq. I make the ting go crack from way back. And I make man's not hot. You know you like that. Watch it to vibes. Man, don't dance.
I'm terminating the search. Fall back. Over.
Auto drive now enabled.
Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. I'll glance. You wanna rise? Take your chance. She looked at me and made a stance. I feel like MC Quakes with balance. She said, surely you got some moves. Babes, I do. Show me what you can do. Boom, I'ma take you through. So I just 1-2 step, then I slide. Man, I just 1-2 step, then I slide. So I just 1-2 step, then I slide. Man, I just 1-2 step, then I slide. So said she wants to try, try me. I'm no instructor, so bye, loud. Man, don't dance, I'm not that guy, never dance. Don't ask me why, she wanted to vibe. Man, don't dance, look in my eyes. Man, don't dance, 1-2 step, left step. Man, don't dance, flex on your ex. Man, don't dance, she stepped on my friends. Man, don't dance, touch my chest loud. Man, don't dance, 1-2 step, left step. Man, don't dance, man, don't dance. Man, don't dance, you done know. Skinny pop, pop. 2 fingers, pop, pop. Big Shaq. Yo. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't dance. You can vibe, but man don't dance. Man don't dance. Man don't
Auto drive now disabled.
When you think of your dream home, do you picture peace and quiet? With solar power, grey water recycling and green walls, you'll get the freshness of countryside here in the heart of the city. We know you think green, you act green. So, when the doors close, you've earned the right to put other people's problems behind you. E-Flats. We make your apartment a showroom for your conscience.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location. Responding to the call. Over.
Control. I've lost the target. Terminating pursuit and coming back.
So, I've delved more into Caitlin Lau's investigation, and an enormous number of missing person cases centre around the EPC. The inspector was definitely onto something.
Right. So where's that contact? I'm not too optimistic on Angel's chances if Albion learns he's DedSec.
Cameras on our faces now. What else do you think your optics are? Why are they mandatory?
DedSec app installed. Your boring factory optic has been officially cracked, which means that your Bagley AI assistant has also been upgraded to the super intelligent, super useful, questionably ethical version. That's me, and you are a prospective DedSec recruit, a sweet supple summer fawn taking your first steps into the minefield that is London. Let's do our best to keep you alive, shall we? DedSec started as a hacker collective, but we evolved into a high-tech resistance that stands up for anyone who's tired of taking society's shit. Here's what we're up against today. We've got Clan Kelly, a criminal organisation that uses the dark web to sell everything from pills to people. There's the crypto-fascists at SARS who use London's world-class surveillance infrastructure to keep you oppressed. And there's the regular fascists at Albion who use boots and guns and stuff to do the same thing. Still interested? Thought so. Now here's the rub. In order to push back against the corrupt power structure of the city, DedSec had to grow, but the larger it got, the more it became part of that power structure itself. So, short version, we had to find a way to keep ourselves accountable. Stupid version, who DedSec's the DedSec? That's why we decentralized DedSec into a series of small, independent cells. Our civilian contacts identify threats to their communities, and these independent cells are free to deal with those threats however they want. Though to be honest, Right. Before you go around calling yourself a resistance cell, you're going to need at least one more person on your team.
Moving.
Plus, then if you die, I've got a spare.
Hang on. What?
Nothing. You're going to be using something called influence to recruit them. We'll explain what that is later. If you've got enough, we'll contact any person you target and convince them to join. Now, have a look around and choose your first recruit.
This is stupid.
Come on! No!
All right, you've got your cell. Now it's time for a little test drive.
Great. I've got a little errand for you. A copper had a few too many in the pub last week and blabbed up and down about this.
Who the fuck is this?
Did Bagley not mention me? Honestly. My name's Connie, but some of your lot just call me the proprietor. I run the pub on top of that safe house over by Parliament.
Yeah, I know the one. Here, sorry I snapped at you. First day and all.
Yeah, jitters. It's all right. Come around later and we'll meet properly. Now it's time for your first mission. Bagley will push you the details.
This is London Calling.
We could always use more intel. Good thing you have me. And I have located a captain that has exactly what we need.
Cheers, Bagley.
Being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make for life. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Blue so hungry to get hold of our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all names confidential. Buccaneer. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of the data.
The thing you're after is around here.
Yes, I understand.
If you have enough
Now,
personal data on...
sadly, I can't arrest people for heavy breathing. Did they do anything else? Perhaps you should talk to them. I'm sure they will understand.
Data is collected on citizens in every possible way. Data is collected
That's the target. Should be hackable.
Copy that. SIRS reports that London's
Transfer complete.
No.
I'll get to work crunching this data for you. I'm impressed. That wasn't a total disaster.
And make us do things. So lots of predictive...
Operation complete. Update your dating profiles because you can now officially call yourself a DedSec operative.
You got yourself a proper resistance cell now. Come on back round the pub when you're ready. I like to meet everybody at least once.
Places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not just predicting what we might like to do, they're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Blue can control the movements of individuals and orchestrate the way they move around their city and the way they essentially live, the things they do, the things they enjoy and the life they lead. So we're really kind of outsourcing our decision making, I would say, to a huge corporate capitalist company, and there's something very, very scary about that indeed. All these technologies can be used to not only influence us to act as the perfect consumer, but also to prevent us from doing radical and revolutionary things. So technology in foreign connections.
You must be Connie. Nice to meet you, darling. You know, it's funny, I've been upstairs before, but never even thought about what's down here.
Good, it's working then. And nice work with that little errand. I mean it. So, you were wondering about influence earlier?
I'm listening.
See, your DedSec cell is just one of many. Roughly, influence is how we keep track of your contributions to the larger DedSec network. You can use it to target a new operative for recruitment or for field upgrades like new equipment. The idea is that the more you put into the network, the more you can take out of it.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. Anyway, that's it for now. Get out there and do some good for people. We'll talk soon.
One more thing. I've arranged all of your available tasks on the World Map tab of your Optic interface. If you're looking for something to do, start there.
Don't you fucking turn your back on me, you bloody idiot! Stop it!
Citizens, be advised. Your activity is being monitored by CCTV.
To people to take different routes, things like that. Traffic data can be manipulated to prevent people gathering and protesting, as has happened in some of the authoritarian regimes across the world recently. So what we're looking at is not only a set of technologies which make people behave as ideal consumers, but ones which actually can be put to use to prevent radical and disruptive behaviour in the city, which limits the power of any kind of revolutionary force.
So, if you thought you had a private life, get used to it. You don't. And we're not going to reclaim our lives without a fight. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer, keeping the resistance informed. Keep listening, keep fighting, and remember, nobody owns you but you.
You're listening to The Bug.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain.
Hello, Resistance. This is The Bug, and on today's show, Alex and I will be looking at the... Are we less than 2 years away from being able to turn a sausage back into a light?